And welcome everybody, welcome to Creative Live and welcome to Paper Crafting Skills and Techniques with Robert Mahar. I'm John Kennedy O'Connor and I'm going to be your host for this two-day course here at Creative Live, and you're very welcome. We're so pleased to have you with us today and so pleased to have a wonderful studio audience with us as well of students here with us. We're going to be meeting them and getting to know them in just a few minutes. Now, I just wanted to give you some information about the crafting channel. If you're not a familiar viewer with us with Creative Live, we do have a whole range of crafting channels, crafting programming that we have on our Craft and Maker channel. I just wanted to give you some heads up of what's coming up very soon, because Tara Swiger is going to be here. She's going to be here on July 17th and 19th, and she's going to be teaching marketing for crafters and how to successfully sell your handmade goods. So if you're new to crafting products to sell, or you are a crafter who has been making things but you're not getting any traction, or even maybe you're somebody who has some initial success but that's tapered off, and handmade success, marketing crafters is definitely for you. Now, if you love the DIY world, we have several workshops here at Creative Live coming up in things like floral design, paper making, quilting, and much more. So you can join our global community and DIY together with people around the world alongside our world-class experts. You can see the entire list of upcoming classes by just going to creativelive.com/calendar. And maybe you could be a student on our front row and be here with us in the studio. Now, we're going to meet our front row today. We've got four wonderful students who have joined us. They're all crafters, they're all makers, they're all artists, and we're going to get to know them a little bit. So starting with Rachel Turkle, welcome to you, Rachel.
Hi.
So Rachel, tell us a little bit about you, about your business, about your passion for crafting, and also how people can find you online.
Well, I'm an at-home crafter. I'm an executive homemaker, so I do crafts at home. I make cards for birthdays and things like that for people in my family. I am Scarlet Cleo on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm also on Facebook.
Oh, welcome. Now, what's your goal for being with student here in the course with Robert for the next couple of days? I
love to craft. I want to learn. I want to perfect different crafting techniques, and so I saw this and I was like, yes, I want to craft.
So what sort of projects have you done in the past?
Well, I make wreaths for holidays and things like that to put on my front door. Like I said, I make birthday cards and Christmas cards and things like that to send off for holidays, and I love to make things at the tech shop. So I recently made a Coptic bound book, so that was lots of fun.
Cool. Now, you're obviously very into colour because you've got some great streaks going on in your hair. A little bit Liza Minnelli here, actually. It's very cool. I don't know if the camera can see that, but very good. Welcome to you, Rachel. We'd love to have you here as a student with us. And Kathy, welcome to you.
Good morning. Thank you.
Now, Kathy, what's your passion for crafting?
Well, I'm a graphic designer by trade. That's been my career since I was very young. And after having children, I evolved into the craft world and turned my passion for graphics into, you know, in that industry, and kind of segued it into the craft industry, and started a blog teaching people how to make different kinds of crafts. A lot of times using the printers, doing custom work on their own. So I love doing that.
Fantastic. Now, where can people find you online?
My blog is called justsomethingimade.com, and I work with, you can find my work. I have a book out. It's a paper crafting book out with Chronicle Books called Rosette Art. I am a contributing editor to Country Living magazine, so I work the craft section in that magazine, and now currently working with Molly Makes, which is a British magazine that has just come to the US in June. So it's a very popular and exciting new craft magazine for makers. So I work with designing crafts for the magazine. And I have a studio in Petaluma, California, where I teach crafts in a big workshop.
Fantastic. Now, what specific crafts are you involved with?
It's a pretty wide range.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, and I haven't done a lot of textile art, although a little bit of sewing, but a lot of paper crafting, but playing, just kind of pushing the limits on designing the crafts and trying out new products. And I love working with corporate sponsors who want to share their products for me to teach the class how to work with. And
oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, lovely to have you with us, Kathy. Thanks for joining us. Now, Phyllis has been with us before. She was with us a design class a couple of months ago. Welcome back to you, Phyllis. How are you doing?
It's good to be back.
Well,
I
good to
enjoyed
have
it.
you.
Yeah. I'm from Rockland, California, and I've been in crafts since I was little. I've done the arts with oil and watercolor, all different kind of arts. I've actually done egg crafting with the real eggs. Pretty much anything I can find with crafts, I'm going to work on it. And now I'm doing it with my grandsons. I've got 3 grandsons that they love projects and they love to do crafts, so they get in my craft room and they play a lot. So
Fantastic.
That's my thing right now, is working with the grandkids.
Now, here at Creative Live, we did a course just before Christmas, actually, for the holidays, where we actually did some woodland egg crafting. I don't know if you actually saw that.
No, I didn't see that one. I used the real eggs, the rhea eggs, the ostrich eggs, and all the way from a xenofinch up. I've got a whole cabinet. I did that back in, which is interesting, back in the 70s, but they're still doing it now. So.
They are. That was a really great course for us. We had great fun with that. Unfortunately, I broke most of the eggs that I was working with. Not that particular one, but I'm getting better. Yeah, definitely check out our catalogue, check out our library.
I'll check that out. Yeah, I'll have to look at that one.
Now, Phyllis, you say you're from Rockland, but you have something of an accent there. I don't think you're really from Rockland.
Yeah, originally from the East Coast, but my son moved to San Francisco, so we had to follow him out here, and now I've playing with my 3 grandsons. They live here in San Francisco. So.
Well, welcome to you, Phyllis. Great to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Good to have you back. Now, Madeline is actually somebody who's part of our Creative Live family. She's actually our artist in residence, and we're going to be getting to know her a little bit better tomorrow when we have a chat with her in the pre-show. So definitely join us at 8:50 tomorrow. But Madeline, welcome to you.
Thank you.
What's your goal in being a student on our front row today?
Just learning more techniques with craft. I've always been someone who's done crafts. But it's always good to learn from someone, because I've always just kind of stumbled learning on my own. And I know about Robert, and I've seen some of the classes that he's had in the past. So now I'm really excited to learn from him in person. So.
Now, some of the art that you've been doing here at Creative Live, I mean, basically you've been painting, but do you work in other mediums as well?
I do. So, well, I do a lot of, well, yes, the painting and just illustration with all different types of mediums, but I have done like paper flowers in the past, and real flowers, and wood, so I get across all different materials.
Now, Robert does some beautiful flowers. If you actually check out the homepage and go to the course page, you'll be able to see some illustrations of his work there, and also check out the promo video, because that actually displays some of his work as well. Now, ladies, have any of you done any crafting flowers before? Yes.
Yeah, with die cuts.
Ah, right.
The die cut machine, you turn it and twirl them up. A little bit like quilling, but also just cutting out the pieces and then gluing them onto the card.
This is something my mother was very passionate in when I was a wee lad, which is very many decades ago now. But she used to make paper crepe flowers of crepe. So I was particularly interested to see Robert's cast, because he's developed the technique so much differently, and and with the die cuts and everything, it's so beautiful. Now we're going to be looking at some of those tomorrow. We're going to be looking at paper marbling today. Anybody been working in paper marbling before? Or working in paper? So this is all going to be new to you. Yeah. Oh, wow, well, we're really excited. Well, lovely to have you here, ladies. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for joining us at home online. It's great to have you here. As I say, keep your questions coming. We'd love to hear what you're thinking, and hopefully there'll be other crafters in the room as well, and you can share your thoughts and your images as well. If you go to our galleries, you can upload your work, and we'd love to take a look at that, so you can share that with everybody else who's in the program today. And if there's time tomorrow, maybe we'll have a chance to have a look at some of the galleries. If you're following along with Robert today, you never know, we might be able to see that in tomorrow's pre-show. But right now, it is time for us to get going. So welcome to Paper Crafting Skills and Techniques with Robert Mahar. And let me tell you a little bit about Robert. He's an arts and crafts professional who's worked in creative fields for over 20 years, including 13 years as an appraiser of modern and contemporary art. Now, Robert firmly believes that making something useful and lovely with your own 2 hands is empowering and inspiring, and his work has been featured on The Martha Stewart Show and in Parents Magazine, Real Simple Magazine, The LA Times, and online with Design Sponge blog. Now, Robert's a YouTube host, he's a DIY workshop instructor, a web video producer, a production designer, and perhaps most importantly of all, he's a donut connoisseur. So please welcome to Creative Live, Robert Mahar.
Hello. Morning. That last one is really important.
It's very important. I was wondering to see if we had any donuts for breakfast today, so we could actually have a little taste.
I went a little healthy this morning. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow.
We did the fruit and granola today, so that's much better. Well, maybe we will do that tomorrow. Well, Robert, welcome to Creative Live.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
It's really great to have you here.
Thank you.
As I say, don't forget to RSVP. Then you can have the syllabus and you can follow along with everything that Robert's going to be sharing with us, not only today but tomorrow as well. But for now, Robert, I'm just going to let you take it away.
Excellent. Thank you so much.